thankfully, this isn't that much of a topic, or at least not in terms of like how heavily it was debated and a topic during like this 4-year stretch from like 2018 to 2022. It had started really before the pandemic, but then like during the pandemic up until like 2023, for 4 years, you either had a homie, a black especially in the black community, a black coworker, somebody that every time you seen them, that was quite literally the only thing that was ever discussed. Yo, welcome back to another episode of The Great Deliberators. I am one of your hosts, Mr. Imperator Rose.
It's your boy DK.
Hey man, this nigga about to be fired, dog.
Hey, it's the last episode.
And one time for our boy O-Beam, man.
Say your name, make your name ring, man. Let's do this.
Hey, yo, final episode of the season, man.
Finale. Hey, I saw this show called Cross.
Oh yeah,
yeah, trash.
I was like, you hate it?
I'm
fucking with it.
I heard it was a book.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, you ever seen Kiss the Girls with
6.5 out of 10?
Huh?
Like I just had high expectations.
I still feel like that's good.
That's really me forcing it. I really want to give it like a 5, but if I didn't have any expectations, I would give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
So I'll give it that.
Okay.
I'll give it a 6 or 6.5.
Okay, I feel like you just wanted to come on the pod and say that. Also, that was a terrible segue, but we'll swing back to that here in a second.
All right, go
ahead. But, you know what I'm saying? This is our final episode of the season, y'all. For everyone that's tuned in for every single episode, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all day ones. We appreciate that shit so much. To all the people that joined in on this ride during the season, you know what I'm saying? It just happened to start following us. We appreciate that too. All love is, you know what I'm saying, appreciated. Beggars can't be choosers, you know, say. So if you tune in to 3 episodes, 1 episode, all 17 episodes, we appreciate that shit. So this final episode is for y'all, man. With that being said, so in classic, you know what I'm saying, classic question that people always get asked, our question of the week is, or the year, you know what I'm saying? Since this is like the last of the season. Question of the season, you know what I'm saying? Is what do you have, as we go into Thanksgiving Day, what do you have to be the most thankful for in this year?
Man, honestly, friends and family, dog. Mm-hmm. On my birthday, this is crazy. I really felt probably the most loved I felt like ever in my adulthood. To send out invitations to like people on a Friday, you know what I'm saying? And really kind of did it within like 30 minutes. I'm thinking like, yeah. I'm going to have like 8 people, 10 people, you know, really show up. I sent it on a Friday evening and for everybody to come over on a Sunday afternoon, which is kind of like the most inconveniencing time. I feel like most people don't want to do anything on a Sunday. They about to, you know, get ready for work on Monday. They kind of want to prep, do laundry, stuff like that. And it's in the afternoon. Yeah, everybody that I invited, except for like maybe 1 or 2, didn't show up, and they brought their family, their friends. Yeah. Raph brought their kid, you know, brought his kids. Yeah, man, it felt loved. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really have the expectation of like, yo, this was a feeling I was gonna have. I knew people were gonna like come. Yeah. But yeah, man, to have
full house in that Joker, man.
To have that, to have a full house, to have gifts. People brought gifts.
Yeah, actually,
it was kind of crazy.
I was trying to find you one of the Whites, the Office, you know what I'm saying, off Amazon, but the shipping time was too far out. I guess
you should have just gave me yours.
I should no. I should have. I got to inspect it before. Hey, my nigga, you ain't getting mine.
I don't fuck with you like that, nigga. What are you talking about?
You ain't getting mine, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I should have still bought the motherfucker, man. Had it on for maybe the next spot or some shit, man. But I was like, damn, 3 weeks out. Like, but they don't make it no more. So it's probably somebody shipping from Brazil or some shit.
Probably.
You know, but yeah, man, it was it was dope, man. If y'all don't know, man, they got a nice crib. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, I'm pulling up. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm blessed. This year has really been a blessing. And I'm grateful for the friends and family, because the reality is that everybody around me has been holding me accountable to everything that I'm like wanting to become. And it's because I'm like saying it to these guys, you know, and to my family. It's one of those things where if they start seeing you derail from whatever it is you're trying to do, they're going to easily be like, hey, like, what's up? you haven't been blase. You're not really look like you kind of slowing down, and it's like, all right, let me get back up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. I'm blessed. I really am.
Okay.
I really need to start taking care of me though. One thing I'm gonna do going into next year is I'm probably gonna be doing a 1 week off every quarter, like a whole week off. Like I'm not gonna see any clients. I'm not scheduling nothing. I'm not doing none of that. Maybe some marketing if it just comes up in the situation. But I'm really gonna start doing like every 3 months, having a whole week of no work.
Decompress.
Yeah. Sunday through, Sunday all the way through Saturday, just nothing. So
Okay. Yeah. No, I feel you, man, because I know how stressful life gets just managing somebody else's business. Having to manage your entire operation and, having to work 6-7 days a week. I can't imagine how stressful that is, man. So health is your wealth is health. Health is wealth, you know what I'm saying? So that's definitely a good thing to take into account. Me, man, it was very hard for me to answer this question because I was trying to think, right? Like, I have a lot to be thankful for. But in general, I'm gonna say that I am thankful for the direction my life is going. Losing out on the job that I potentially almost had really made me look at things a lot more clear because that was a home run, right? That's kind of like I said, that's a career level position. It would have definitely catapulted me into a range of financial stability that most people will probably never see. You know what I'm saying? And looking back at how my life has gone, the way that it is now, I remember growing up, right? I was never really into money. I seen how hard my mom had to work to hold on to certain things. Also seen later in life that those things didn't materialize into what she wanted. So my outlook on money has always been slightly different than other people, although I understand the importance of it and how well you could benefit from it. I've also mainly focused on making sure that every other aspect of my life is well taken care of. And in general, I'm a pretty smart person, right? So I always knew that like I was going to be financially okay. I was never going to be a bum. You get what I'm saying? But I'm most thankful for looking back on my life and seeing that if I had to write the way that I wanted my life to go, honestly, it's gone the way that I wanted it to go outside of maybe not quite making it. Because, when you're younger, you always think you're going to land a 6-figure job by the time you're 30. That's just like your goal. You thinking, hey, by the time I'm 30, I'm making $100,000. I'm good. I'm making 150, 120, whatever. Outside of that, even still, I still make good money. I say, man, look, I'm just thankful for the fact that, like, hey, everything that I ever wanted out of life, I have. You know what I'm saying? And so the only goal from here now is to get the money up. And so as that comes into fruition and those things start to play, hey, life is just going to get better. But the life that I have, I'm the most grateful for because so many people out here dealing with a lot of shit. I think listening to the Miss Pat interview with Shannon Sharp really drove a lot of this home too. Because when I tell you, man, sorry, some people out here that had a life that y'all can't even fathom.
Okay.
Like shit you see in movies and shit right where like you think, man, this shit ain't real. No, niggas really deal with that shit. And Miss Pat's story is a story of perseverance that is incredible. You know what I'm saying? I encourage anyone, if you feeling down, if you feel like you ain't where you supposed to be, man, go listen to her story, bro. And then, if you can't figure out how to get shit together after hearing what the fuck she had to deal with, then honestly, I mean, you just ain't built for life. Cause if she can overcome everything that she overcame, bro, listen, sky's the limit, man.
One of the things that I've learned, and I try very hard to not dwell in this, but it's natural because we're human, is to pity yourself or feel like you are feel like somehow you are you're not doing enough or whatever the case may be, feeling low on yourself. And the reality is not understanding that man, you have a lot to be grateful for. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, depending on who you are as a person, you may have high aspirations. Yeah. And sometimes, man, that's great to have. But to be honest with you, it's it's a double-edged sword. Because when you don't meet those aspirations, you're sitting here in your head in a dark place. And and I'm so glad we're kind of having this discussion. This is not how we plan on having this pod.
Yeah.
But, it's holiday season, and sometimes these are kind of the times where people start thinking about, man, it's about to be a new year. Where am I in life? I haven't done enough, and this, that, and the third. And, the reality is like, man, change your perspective on all of it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you have not accomplished, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that that's fine. But what I will tell you is that, look, you can set forth a plan right now and put daily actionable items together and work on it every single day and create that discipline every single day to obtain that. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be financial. It could be your health. It could be something in a relationship. It doesn't matter what it is. We have the tools in us. Like we can map out whatever it is in ourselves to get there. It's just that we need to have the discipline. That may mean to make sacrifices like let go of distractions and so on and so forth. And I can tell you for sure that what I've learned this year without a shadow of a doubt, my nigga, I don't have a lot of distractions. I don't have a lot of them. I'm not saying I don't have distractions.
Yeah.
But it's definitely one hand. I can name all my distractions on one hand. And eventually the goal is to just not have any.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But bro, if you're 3, 4, 5 years ago, man, I can name you 15 distractions that I'm just like wasting time on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, you just write down the thing and be honest with yourself. One thing that my brother talk about all the time is reflection. Take time to reflect. Like, don't try to pour every single moment in time with like Instagram and things to distract you. Reflect on your life, reflect on your situation, and it's gonna be harder than what it may seem. Whatever you map out. But once you start taking those steps and you start seeing the gains and you start seeing the progress, you're headed in the right direction and you know what didn't work. You know what I'm saying? So, man, just keep it pushing, guys. And I'm going to tell everybody, pray. Prayer is powerful. You know what I'm saying? It's very powerful. You're taking what's in your head, you're articulating it out your mouth, you know what I'm saying? And you're putting it out there that these are the things that you want. And naturally for somebody that is willing to put in the work and obtain those things, once you put it out in the atmosphere, the only thing you can do is go out there and go get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's in a way of holding yourself accountable. So pray, you know what I'm saying? Pray. But yeah, man, that's it.
Okay. Yep. So be thankful for what you have, man. You know what I'm saying? Always remember it can be worse. You know what I'm saying? But also use whatever you are feeling as motivation to make your life better. Because at the end of the day, you all you got. So
you are. That's it. Ain't nobody can come here and save you.
Yeah, I'm
gonna say that right now.
If you don't figure it out, man, it's likely it ain't gonna get figured out. So the reality is you got to figure it out. But don't beat up on yourself, man. Like life is a journey. It's all about the destination. You get what I'm saying? And like as long as you making progress and you got a plan, then hey, man, stick to that shit.
And every story got a rough patch, man. I've never watched a movie or read a book that was interesting and it wasn't some type of rough, you know what I'm saying, period of time for the character. So yeah,
for sure. Because like if it's easy for you, then like it also don't mean as much to you.
You ain't gonna have no joy.
Yeah, it ain't gonna mean as much to you. That's just the reality. All right. So let's go on. Let's segue into some of the topics here, man. So Kendrick dropped his album GNX this past week.
I'm trash. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Randomly. I have not listened to it.
He hasn't listened to it. So just to give a brief synopsis, man, it's 12 tracks. It's a very West Coast album, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can appreciate him for that, because to be honest with you, it ain't really too many sounds anymore, you know what I'm saying? Like, before you used to be able to tell East Coast music from West Coast music from South music. A lot of shit is really just Southern and Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of the only thing you get now. So really to even hear somebody drop an album in their element and really be, you know what I'm saying, representing their culture, not just even black, but that specific niche of culture in hip hop, it was kind of dope, man. So, and I was rocking with it. One thing I love about it, I ain't really into like overly artistic music, and that's kind of like Kendrick genre. That ain't really my thing. So for me personally, this is my favorite album from Kendrick. I listen to everyone. Damn was probably another good one that like I was able to really get through.
Damn was good.
You know what I'm saying? But really outside of that one and this one here, I mean, I really ain't too big of a Kendrick fan. But this one made me one, man. It likens me to Ludacris. When Ludacris dropped Release Therapy, I wasn't a big fan of like Luda. And Luda wasn't like overly artistic either, but he just had like weird sounds in comparison to everybody else. And I think that's what separated him.
Unique, yeah.
But like when he dropped Release Therapy, like that's what catapulted you know, Luda like into like my stratosphere. Like, okay, like I always knew he could spit. You know what I'm saying? But like, Release Therapy was like really like okay, like this is finally the album that from beginning to end, like I'm jamming this shit.
There's no skips.
So yeah, no skips. So it's a good album. He asked me before, like, is it album of the year? I would tell you absolutely not. Anyone that even pretends that this shit is over Glorilla's album Glorious is pretending. Is just fanboying because it's not. It is absolutely not better than Glorious. But you know, I ain't really listened to too many albums this year anyway, so I really can't tell you like who else he's up against. But for sure, the Glorilla album is definitely the best album of the year. She also right now, although Kendrick had one song, she's still like the hottest artist. I'm just saying, Kendrick got one song on the radio. Glorilla got like 5.
3, 4 of them things.
She got like 5.
On
So
repeat.
like every other song is a Glorilla song. So like we ain't even about to pretend like it's up, like it's
Glorilla
like it's
on
in
top of the game right now.
Yeah, I'm saying.
On
So
top of the game.
it's like, and but I'm fucking with it, man. Like I don't really think too many people who are Kendrick fans are probably rocking with it only because they so used to him being the type to like tell a story and doing things like that. So although I don't know, I ain't really kept my ear to the streets of how people feeling about it. But I know that like, hey, it's what I've been waiting for from Kendrick. I'm fucking with it. So hey, shout out to Kendrick for that shit.
I really don't have much to say on it. I did not listen to it.
I mean, yeah, he ain't
I've seen a couple of the memes. I know there was a big like mustard joint.
It's a DJ Mustard song. Yeah.
So I don't even know what the song even sound like. I just know that he yelled mustard for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I just came back from a rave like 2 weeks ago. So
that's all that nigga been listening to.
That's all I've been listening to is a whole bunch of house music,
EDM.
tech house, EDM joints, all of that. Like, so I have not.
Hey, I feel you,
bro. I'm not even joking. I've listened. It's so bad now. I'm on YouTube watching like old raves as if I'm in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So
then I found a new way to walk in life, man.
Dog,
like,
I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
I've been asleep.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Rap music is trash. You know, I'm just playing. I just
seen the light.
I'm just playing. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to my roots. I'm gonna come back to my roots. Just that right now. Right
I'm
now.
out of here at the moment.
Yeah, right now.
For the rest of the year, I don't know.
I'm with the Europeans right now.
the fairer skinned folk got me.
I'm with the pilgrims right now.
Nigga said the fairer skinned folks got them. All right.
But yeah, I'll probably listen to it in the coming days, probably sometime between Thanksgiving and Sunday at some point, and then we can probably do a little put something together.
Okay.
So chop it up with you guys about.
Like I said, it's dope.
I did watch Gladiator 2.
Oh man, I've been waiting to get to go see it.
And I'm gonna tell y'all this. My boy Denzel did it again.
Of course.
Great movie.
Are we sleep? Oh, did we forget who Denzel was?
Great movie. I'm really trying to think, is it movie of the year? Joker was not that for me. Quiet Place was not that for me. Alien was not that for me. What else have I seen in theaters? I feel like I'm missing 1 or 2 joints. But yeah, so far
I don't go to the movies no more.
Yeah, I go to the movies.
Yeah.
So far, I would probably say by default of not really having that many great films that came out this year. I don't think we had any action films that came out this year. Nothing I can think of. I know we had the tennis joint. I think that was this year.
Tennis joint.
The tennis movie. The old girl that's dating Spider-Man.
Oh, the Zendaya movie?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I saw the trailer. I ain't
I saw what's the movie? Trap. That was trash.
That shit on HBO Max now.
Bro, it's garbage, dog.
I was gonna watch
it's garbage. I mean, watch it. It's garbage.
Yeah,
like it's definitely something
I had started it, but then I had to.
Yeah, you and the old lady should watch it just so y'all can like talk about how trash it is. Like,
damn, it's that bad?
Yeah, I mean, get some popcorn and all that.
Shit, the trailer got me.
Yeah, the trailer's fucking great.
Dog, trailer got me.
I went to the movie theater like, man, I'm about to like.
But I mean, I'm always skeptical because it's an M. Night Shyamalan.
And mind you, I don't even like looking at trailers. Like when I saw Gladiator 2, anytime it'll come on TV during like a football game, close my eyes. I close my eyes. I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to see it because I don't want nothing to like. I don't want you to like give away anything, or my mind will automatically start trying to put things together.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So, but all true and true, the first Gladiator was better. This one, I'll give it like 8.8 out of 10, 9 out of 10.
Okay.
that to me, for me, is saying that it is a good film. It could have gotten a 10 out of 10, but I just think that it was certain areas that it just didn't like. It didn't like my expectations were so high. It met it, but it didn't supersede it. Therefore, I can't really give you that 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, outside of that, this year has been pretty good. I don't think we have any movies that are coming out anytime soon. It's supposed to be popping, at least for the remainder of the year.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two. I heard Wicked is doing numbers right now. So I'll probably watch that maybe over the break with my nephews.
I think a lot of that's based off the soundtrack too. I think there's, it's a musical and supposedly a slap. So
yeah, I mean, I heard it's doing numbers.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to catch that.
Don't get me wrong. The Wicked trailer got me too.
Take the girls to it.
Yeah, see, I don't know. See, they still babies, and you don't know what's gonna scare them. So that's my problem. I got to see it first.
Nah, but it's definitely like kid friendly.
I don't know.
They really be getting scared like that?
Yeah, no. Like it ain't even got to be scary. It just looks scary, so they get scared.
So that's crazy. I guess that's what happens when you have girls. My nephews, like, I was taking my nephews to like some crazy films when they was kids, and I think they saw like Venom and all the Marvel films.
Yeah,
like
boys and girls probably different, man. Like I'm saying, like she come on the screen and like my baby girl, she'll just start crying.
Okay, don't do that to them. Don't traumatize them on the holidays.
It might just be Jeff Goldblum's character with the big face, and she'll start crying. Bro.
Somebody got a concussion on the football field. She's like,
Daddy, I saw you throw a football the other day. Are you gonna get a concussion? Like, I swear to God, bro, that's how that should be working. All right, man. Let's get back to the topic, though. We got some major news that just dropped today, though. So Drake has filed a lawsuit against Universal Music Group and Spotify, accusing them of using bots, payola, and deceptive business practices and false advertisement to boost Kendrick Lamar's track "Not Like Us." It says, according to the legal documents filed in Manhattan court today, Drake, through his company Frozen Moments LLC, accuses UMG and Spotify of orchestrating a scheme involving bots, payola, deceptive business practices, and false advertising to manipulate streaming numbers for Lamar's track. The lawsuit claims that UMG employed cover payments to platforms, including radio stations, to promote Not Like Us extensively, which is known legally as payola and is prohibited by the FCC. That's pretty much it.
So that's it, right?
Yeah. The rest of it is just like some legal jargon.
It looks like the reality of the situation is that Drake is he's feeling some type of way that it hasn't died down yet, and that it's actually gaining traction. He dropped an album that's going to push it off even more. We got the Super Bowl.
Well, he didn't put the song on the album, so. But I kind of see
what I'm saying is that the album came out. Yeah, pretty much. The song don't need to be on there. The song doesn't need to be on the album. Yeah. What I'm saying though is that
he should have put it on there though, because it's a West Coast.
I don't know why he didn't.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't either.
Again, I haven't opened the album. But anyways, even if he didn't, we all know that this album is coming off of the back of Not Like Us.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's, even though it's not there, this is pretty much, and he'll probably add it like as a bonus track.
I mean, he should, because like it definitely would fit.
But he probably wanted to like completely do this project separate of Not Like Us. Like wanted to have all that shit separately. So cool.
It does beg the question though. Why? Well, I guess because it was a straight up diss track, so you probably don't.
He probably didn't want that shit on there.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he had multiple diss tracks. So would you put all those on this album?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
But what I will say is that Drake is obviously looking like somebody who is kind of a sore loser. And I mean, I guess put the money up to do this lawsuit. And I don't even know if he has some action or not with this lawsuit. But my guy, even if it is, my nigga, you can't tell me that you go fair practices with all the shit that you drop. I'm sure that whatever he is doing, whatever any other artist is doing to like skirt the line or be in the gray area, you have probably done the same thing, if not worse, to make sure that you get your shit played and all, this, that, and the third. So I'm not hearing none of this. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Not Like Us it slapped. Anybody who heard it knows that it slapped.
For sure.
It's to the point where the NFL has put it as their halftime show. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the theme song of the halftime show. Yeah. And you're probably going to play it 2 to 3 times during the halftime show. You know what I'm saying? Or at least like...
miss me with that, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit 2-3 times during the halftime show.
Or what I was gonna say is that you might like skirt like you about to play it. Play another track.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Start
it like you about to play
it
again,
2 or 3 times,
and then you know what I'm saying? Like I can see you.
Because bro, if he run that shit 2-3 times, dog, I swear I'm.
But he ran it like 4 or 5 times at his
but that was literally during the height of that shit. It was like the next fucking week.
I got you, and he probably won't do it 2-3 times.
Yeah,
you get my point.
And might possibly be the greatest diss track ever. So you know what I'm saying?
It might might possibly be
I'm
the
saying
greatest
like
diss
it's
track ever,
it's
dog.
in
Like,
the argument.
man.
So I definitely get.
I'm be real with you, lyrically, and I'm not a rap, aficionado or nothing like that. But I'm just gonna tell you the way he broke down that Atlanta trade situation.
Yeah, okay.
My guy.
I mean, look,
My
it was
God.
dope.
Like,
But I also think that it was another thing where, like, again, you don't hear West Coast sounds anymore. So on top of
he
that,
really brought hip hop back.
no, he put the
authentic-
culture in
yeah,
that.
he
Oh,
brought-
like
there you
nigga, that
go.
like you can't understate that for how it alleviated the
And
track.
he's pretty much telling the dude from Canada who like infiltrated Houston and Atlanta,
Yeah.
like my nigga, you're not one of us.
I mean, look,
you're not one of us, and I'm gonna break this down as simple as possible for everybody out there that he is not one of us.
Yeah.
And Drake is really acting like he's not one of us. This is what this whole lawsuit is this is for who you are is beneath you, bro. It is beneath you. The only thing you need to
that's where I'm going with it.
yeah, like, and again, I'm not saying that he doesn't have action. He may.
I'm saying he could be 100%
I don't
right.
know, but what I will also say is that, bro, if you really want to do something, drop a hot track right now and put it out there. You can put it on any platform you want. The radio gonna pick it up and play it for you because you're Drake. So I don't want to hear anything that you got to say about anybody else who's popping right now. You just gotta like, come on, man, like get in the lab, not your lawyer's office, and start making some music.
Yeah.
And call it a day. You know,
I mean,
he's still Drake.
Yeah, he should have just dropped some songs and let this blow over. Listen, the reality is Drake can be 100% right. He can have cold hard evidence, proof, or whatever. What I will say is I don't think that it would have mattered as far as the radio went. You know what I'm saying? Streams, sure. You know what I'm saying? They could have probably streamed it into oblivion. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's like, nigga, nobody's gonna care. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know what's the stipulations of the lawsuit, and if the lawsuit is gonna come with like a potential bag or something like that, like $50 million or some shit. Well, then I don't know. Then I can see his point of view, especially like if he got niggas dead to rights. But you know, unless you about to claim some serious compensation, I just don't see how this does you any favors at all. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like I'm thinking, like my thing is about ROI, right? Like what are you going to get on this investment of this lawsuit? You know what I'm saying? Let's say you prove that it was streamed into hell. It doesn't change the fact that you lost the battle, nigga. Like that doesn't change anything. So again, my thing is you don't earn any respect. Oh yeah, so Drake won now because Kendrick boosted his numbers. I will say that it'll look bad. Don't get me wrong, but again, in the streets, nobody's gonna care because we know that you lost. We know that you absolutely lost.
I don't think anybody's gonna care if streets or not, because everybody's gonna believe that all artists are doing whatever it is to inflate their numbers. I'm pretty sure that if Kendrick is doing this practice, he didn't start this. It's like you believing, anybody else out there believing that the Houston Astros were the first ones to like cheat during
the bang the trash cans.
Come on,
shit,
man! I don't want to hear none of that. Like,
well, we know they not because they stole it from the rest.
So the reason why I don't want to hear none of that, because at the end of the day, if Kendrick is doing whatever it is, this is probably a common practice within the industry. So my thing is like, dog, y'all were literally in a rap beef.
Yeah,
y'all were in a rap beef.
But I would say my issue is and here's where my only counter argument to that is, it's no way Drake is doing it too, and he's trying to sue UMG for doing it, and that's his label. Like, it's just no way, or it's no way it's to the level of that he's suing
probably
for.
That, and then also Drake doesn't really need to do anything. Drake doesn't need to try to inflate anything. Drake can just drop a song and drop it anywhere. Give it to somebody.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
he can literally drop it on the street. Somebody pick it up and play it in their car. It's gonna get out there. You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying, but you saying that like he possibly doing it too. I'm saying you just can't convince me that this nigga is suing his own label and is doing the same shit though. Like he gotta be. All I'm saying is here to give him at least some level of credit. He gotta be playing fair. There's no way you about to try to take your music group to into defamation and you doing the exact same shit.
This is what I'm also gonna tell you, bro. And I'm gonna keep it real with you, my nigga. Is that this is why I think it even hurts Drake even more, bro. If you're talking about fair, let me tell you something. nobody looks at the rap game or the street shit as fair business. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about the things that they are rapping about. Does it seem fair to you? Does this seem like fair niggas, or does it seem like people who are always trying to get an edge?
No.
I'm not taking anything away from you, but what I'm saying is that you don't win even in that.
But I'm not giving him a win in this situation. I'm just saying, just to kind of exclude that argument, is like,
what you're saying is that if you're gonna give him any credence or any kind of credit to anything, this is what it be. What I'm saying is that there is no credence even in that argument, because the reality is that in this particular setting, it's like you're saying that, like, hey, like, dog, you're a dog. I don't want you to, like, don't be doing dog shit. Nah, man, this dude raps about, you know what I'm saying, grimy, dirty, whatever it takes type of shit. Okay. So we aren't going to be surprised if he is doing something that is grimy or whatever the case may be to make it do whatever it takes to get it done. So at least to that degree of, like, and maybe inflating numbers to get your shit out there. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
But again, you don't expect somebody of Kendrick caliber to be doing that. But
I swear to God, and I'm not joking with you when I say this, I expect all these artists to do whatever it takes to get their music to try to be number one. That's what I don't even think that some of them, I think, you know what I'm saying? I think that you have rappers out here, and maybe because I've been in the booth with some rappers and things like that, and I've heard how some people may, managers and, like, producers and things like that, may talk to the artists.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even care about what you even rapping about. You know what I'm saying? They just want something that is catchy, that is going to be a hit. You know what I'm saying? They don't even care what the words that are coming out your mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Will this sell to the consumer?
Yeah.
That's all they care about. So what I'm saying is that for me, I'm looking at it like, if they got to put their thumb on the scale, kick something forward a little bit just to get it out there, they're going to do whatever it takes, because that's not only in the rap industry, that's in every under industry that anybody works. And, bro, it's a dog-eat-dog world in most industries. People will do whatever it takes to get an edge.
I mean, listen, I think we kind of got off topic because, again, my only thing was I wasn't trying to give him any like, because, again, I agree, none of this does him any favors unless the compensation from this lawsuit is well within something reasonable. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's suing for $50 million and he claims and gets judgment for $50 million, then this lawsuit makes sense, because that's the only thing that's the only thing that you hear. You wake up Monday morning, you hear that Drake's been granted $50 million from his lawsuit from UMG. Oh, okay, now we know them niggas was doing some really grimy shit.
Okay.
But you hear that this nigga's won $3 million. Nigga, you went through all this. You probably paid your lawyers.
I heard that Drake won $50 million because of something, I swear to you, it wouldn't change my mind on any of it. But I can see how maybe some people may look at it like, oh, Kendrick is a cheater or something like that.
I'm not even from Kendrick, shady. But I'm saying, like, now Drake is validated. About $50 million will validate what Drake is doing.
I'm going to be honest with you, I think Drake till today is still, like, he's still validated to me. He took an L.
I'm just talking about validated in the lawsuit, like in doing the lawsuit. Like, that's all I'm saying is, if he's not getting something of, like, grand, like, I'm saying, like, think about how much Drake is worth, over $100 million.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
He's
like,
probably worth $1 billion.
You can't be taking somebody, like, behind rap beef to trial for, like, pennies, dog. Like, you got to be going to go get something heavy. So if you ain't gonna win 50 to 100 million in judgment,
I think they'll give him self gratification. I think it gives him self gratification personally within
his
circle.
pocketbook.
For sure. But what I'm saying is that I feel like it's not gonna gain. He's not gonna gain anything from, like, street cred or like public cred from that. So
no, we in the same book. I'm saying, the judgment of whatever he's trying to get has to justify the lawsuit. That's all I'm saying.
Look, Drake, if you hearing this, hopefully one day you will, my nigga, fuck them lawsuits. Just please get in the booth, make an album, and let that mug slap.
All I'm saying is if you gonna do this, nigga, you better have the smoking gun. You better have the file, the emails.
He has it all.
Dog, you better have bought out somebody at UMG that's going to testify on court. I was the motherfucker who built the programs, all that shit. Cause
A minor,
nigga, because, like, if you ain't got, like, the smoking gun, if you go through all this trial, and even if it's for $50 million,
you think Drake gonna watch the halftime show?
And you don't win, huh?
You think Drake watched the halftime show?
Fuck no, that nigga ain't gonna watch the Super Bowl. Nigga.
Nah, he gonna watch the Super Bowl.
Nigga, you think he gonna bring over a whole bunch of people to his crib, watch the Super Bowl, and have them niggas turn that shit off during the halftime show?
He watching that. He watching the Super Bowl, dog.
If that's the
He a
case,
super sports nigga.
If that's the case, then he gonna watch the halftime show, bro.
I think he gonna watch the halftime show.
I think he watches the halftime show.
Your arch nemesis.
I think he's gonna watch the halftime
your
show.
Your arch nemesis is about to be 20 minutes on live television.
Yeah.
You're not gonna watch it, Rav?
I think
even if you hate this nigga.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it because like I ain't sensitive. You know what I'm saying?
No, even if you sensitive.
I think Drake's sensitive. He doing a lawsuit, dog.
Even if you sensitive, you have to watch it.
Nah.
You're obsessed. The lawsuit pretty much is letting me know that you're gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I got you.
You feel me?
You think Kendrick
it's
does?
Like Chris Rock. Like I can see Chris Rock not watching like a fucking
Will Smith
movie.
Okay,
whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
okay. But I think, but again, that's something you got to go do. Super Bowl is just like on TV. I think he watches. I think he watches it, dog. Yeah, I think he watches it.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I think he watches it, bro.
He has to watch it.
Just also because.
Matter of fact, if you don't watch it, it's even worse because you're gonna see the internet blow up.
If he tried to turn it off, if he tried to turn off the halftime show while watching the Super Bowl, no, that's even more suckerish than this motherfucking lawsuit, dog. Yeah, he got to eat that.
I'm be honest with you, I would watch it.
He got to eat that.
I would watch it easily.
Yeah, listen, bro.
I would be looking forward to it.
Up until now, we just thought Drake took a L. He even acknowledged that he took a L. You know what I'm saying? Like, we thinking, oh, okay, shit's good. Fast forward to today, this nigga's dropping a lawsuit. Bro, what are you doing, nigga? Who's on this man PR team?
Yeah.
Who is in charge of this nigga's public relations? Because again, I'm starting to think that like a lot of these public relations, a lot of these niggas are stressed because they got a job and niggas ain't really listening to them because there's no way his public relations person was all like, yeah, go ahead and do that. That shit's gonna do you a lot of favors. Niggas, the streets been waiting for somebody who actually won a rap beef to get sued. That's what the world's been waiting for, nigga. And here go this nigga to do the most light-skinned shit ever. He's embarrassing me. That's why I need this nigga to win. Okay? This nigga has to be getting $50 to $100 million in judgment. Because if he doesn't, I ain't gonna know what to say.
Yeah.
You listen to that?
No, my mom is sending me voicemails.
Your mom sending you voicemail? Hopefully it's nothing important.
No, she asked me for our interior designer's name and number.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh, you have it. You know what I'm saying?
It's your mama, man. You know what I'm saying? Moms do that shit.
She's like, what's her name and number? You've paid her like 3 times. You know what I'm saying?
You know, you can, what I've gotten accustomed to, especially like when I'm on work phone, it's like I'll write a business name down and then I'll jot in notes like people names and shit.
Well, I do that on their contact.
Yeah.
Like, even for you on Raf, I think I have like podcasts in the business or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I think at first I swear to you, I'm bad with names.
Yeah.
So I have to like put something that I can search.
I mean, yeah, if you deal with enough people,
for it to make sense.
Look, man, like I said, I literally put in notes. You know what I'm saying? That way, like
I put so and so's daughter, so and so's son. You know, I'm
hey, look,
ass,
hey, whatever works, man. I hear you.
Some people's notes got their date of birth. Got like all that shit, all pertinent information that I need to know. Like sons' names, daughters' names. Like, all right, let me just do it.
No, so what I got?
So how is No,
that's just smart. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't no reason to get clowned for, nigga. You out here dealing with a bunch of people. You got to be able to keep shit tight. Okay. So long story short, my opinion is if he ain't getting a lot of money, this shit is stupid. It's just dumb.
I just don't think $50 million is it that big of a deal for Drake?
Nigga,
no.
Hey, yo.
But I guess it's just a way that he can get on a rap song.
You want me to tell you why? Because Drake ain't got $50 million in the bank. He worth $100 million. He ain't got $100 million. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like $50 million. Let's see. A lot of times people don't realize that cash flow and net worth is entirely different.
Sleeping on a damn near $1 million bed, so that's why I'm just kind of like.
He probably financed that motherfucker too. He probably bought $1 million bed though. His room is bigger than my whole house. His master bedroom is bigger than my whole house. Crazy work. Crazy.
Do you?
Crazy.
Would you ever want that? Like, and I'm being so.
Oh, no.
I'm being so serious when I ask that question. Like,
no.
And I don't know if even what I'm thinking is crazy because I'm somewhat of not somewhat. I am a glutton for money. But I'm trying to think like if I'm a multi-billionaire, like,
no.
Would I need?
But you got to think about.
I need a master bedroom the size of this house, and like this is a big house.
First off, that's crazy work.
It's like just a 5-bedroom house, right? 4-bedroom house,
potentially 4, but we turned that one into an office.
Okay.
So that one we turned into a study. With that being said, here's what I would tell you. No, I told you, man, I didn't grow up loving money. You get what I'm saying? Like you go through your teenage phase, right?
Yeah.
And rappers and shit like that, driving dope cars, and you want to go get a fucking fake Bentley Chrysler 300 and shit and put 20s on it or 22s. You go through that phase, but eventually, like you start to level into your shit around a certain age. I would tell you this: you got to think about the type of person who wants to become a rapper. You see what I'm saying? Like, them niggas love the lifestyle of being a rapper. Very few are really in it for like the music side of it, right? Like, most of them are in it to get rich, be famous, have big houses, big chains, big cars, all that shit. So naturally, I would expect somebody like Drake to want to have a 2,300 square foot bedroom. That shit sounds absolutely insane, but hey, you know what I'm saying? Because I
just feel like, how empty of a person you have to be inside if this is kind of giving you the gratification that you're looking for.
I can't go that far, but I will tell you that.
I mean, can we not go that far?
Listen, if you want to take it there, cool. I would tell you that you never.
Okay, you don't think that it means that there's something, a negative characteristic that highly likely that somebody has when that's what they're earning, like they're yearning for that, something like that.
I don't know, because it depends on. No, I can't say that.
Okay. I mean,
I can't. Yeah, I can't go that far. I would tell you that.
Maybe I'm being too judgmental.
Yeah, I don't. I would, damn, like, you kind of throwing me off here, because I don't know, how can I put it? If Drake done had this same dream since he was 16, and like now, like he was all like, I always wanted like the biggest master bedroom possible. Like if he been holding on to,
but I highly doubt that that's what he wanted at 16.
I don't know.
Okay,
but I'm just saying, a lot of people really be like, they live out their dream, dog.
Nobody talks about wanting $1 million bed.
Yeah, but I'm saying, yeah, that's wild.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you start thinking about this stuff, like,
but that's just like with anything, dog. Like, these niggas who be having yachts that look like the Titanic. Like, I'm just saying, like, some niggas just absolutely love money.
That to me would make a little bit more sense.
No, not really.
Than having a bedroom
you and your
the
wife.
Size of like a 3,200 square foot bedroom.
Niggas be having yachts with 15, 16 bedrooms, and it be him and his wife. What?
That is also crazy work to me, because I also
$30 million yachts.
If I had that kind of yacht, like, my family, we are constantly using this mug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, constantly using it.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro, like,
then I don't even know if I want to be on the sea like
I'm saying, like, bro, listen to me. If I buy a yacht like that, it's because I plan on retiring out here. Like, I'm
living on the water.
Yeah,
makes sense. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think I could do that.
But I'm saying, for somebody who
would make that purchase.
Exactly.
I would make that purchase with, like, I'm going to now live.
Yeah, that would make sense, right? Like, I'm bringing friends, family. They gonna be on this
helicopter. We're just gonna constantly.
We throwing parties on here a lot. Niggas gonna come stay with me often. We gonna go to Puerto Rico, Cuba, wherever, right? Like,
wherever.
It
China.
makes sense. But if you telling me that motherfucker just got this shit and he take that motherfucker out twice a year, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy work.
Come on, man. Like, so some people.
But see, even those people, I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of feel like there's probably.
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. Hold on. Here you go. Because we forget about the fundamental reason as to why a lot of people want money is so they can brag about it.
Yeah, but but you're making my point.
But I'm saying,
is that if these are the things that you obtain once you get the money because you're ready to brag about it, think about, like, probably how much of the kind of person that you probably are.
But that's
probably are.
But hear me out here. There's so many people, though. You see what I'm saying? So, to me, once you cross a threshold of where there are so many people like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many people do you think, if you took 100 random people and you gave them the ability to have a $100 million house and have a bedroom that was 2,300 square feet, out of that 100 people, you know what I'm saying? How many people you think would do it?
3 to 5.
3 to 5? I don't think so.
How many people you think would?
About 50.
You really think so?
I think about 50. Nigga, I sit around.
Ultimately, what you're doing is saying, like, hey, I'm going to give you $1 billion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what you're saying that out of 100 people, that 50 people would use that $1 billion to go buy a home that has a 3,200.
The biggest house possible, the biggest yard possible, with the biggest pool possible. Yes, niggas do it all the time. Niggas go buy $80,000 trucks and put 6-inch lifts on them just to say I got the tallest truck.
I'm gonna ask you a honest question, and dead ass. If you think I just got $1 billion right now, I'm sure you know that I would make some purchases.
Yeah,
anybody would.
I don't think you would. But I don't think you would. I think I don't know.
I don't think I would.
First off, I don't even the way you talk. I don't even know why you want so much money. But that's your prerogative. I'm just being dead ass, bro. Because we get on here, we talk about this all the time. Actually, that's kind of the next topic because we kind of run out of time here. But in this conversation of wealth, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to be the definition of wealthy. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that is where money is just now the resource for me to do what I want to do in life. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not there yet.
But that's where that's my goal to get to. I think that most people they get to that point in life eventually because of how long they had to work hard, and now that's the ultimate goal. After working hard for so many years, I'm saying that's always been my goal. It's never been to have a super lavish lifestyle. If I won the lottery tomorrow, you would only pull up to a 3,500 square foot house. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna pull up.
I don't want a super lavish lifestyle, dog, but I really want a life where I can obtain anything that I want. And within means. Like, I'm not trying to go buy a Bentley or like Rolls Royce or anything like that. Like, I don't care about none of that.
Yeah.
But I want to be able to move freely amongst this world without feeling like I'm being limited to do anything that I want to do.
Yeah. No, I hear you, but
you
again,
made that comment like it's like, damn, like, am I?
Well, because every time I say something, I remember once I said something about like $1 billion. You're like, yeah, I want to be a billionaire. I have no interest in being a billionaire. I'm not lying to you.
I'm shooting for a billionaire. I mean, obviously,
look,
if you ask me dead ass to my face, do I really believe that I will be a billionaire? No, I don't think I'll be a billionaire.
First off, I used to not think it was anything wrong with wanting to be a billionaire. I do now because I understand how money works and I understand what most billionaires.
$1 billion is a lot of money. It is a lot of money. It is a lot of money.
No, so
I'm not a millionaire. So so I'm gonna be realistic with like my goals. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a multimillionaire. That's my goal.
I mean, that's ultimately the goal. But again, when we have these conversations surrounded around money, it's a conversation of, like, first off, I don't think people actually quantify how much $1 billion is, and then on top of that, I don't think people understand. $1
billion is like 5, 6, 7 lifetimes worth of money.
Listen,
where niggas don't need to do nothing,
and they don't realize how much a business has to pay in totality of just to keep it to run. So for you to somehow financially find a way to get $1 billion out of that means you had to fuck a lot of people over in order to get there. Come on, man. It's no possible way.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
So I'm saying, like, that's why, like, when you hear this now, and I believe it wholeheartedly.
Jeff Bezos fucked a lot of people.
It's unethical to be a billionaire. There's no way you got there ethically or morally, bro.
Okay, morally, ethically. Gray area, but morally, yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay, all right, we can say that.
Morally is somewhat subjective, so that's why I say I'll give you that.
Okay.
Ethically,
I'm saying, unless you like Warren Buffett, right, who really like built his shit through like stocks and equities.
And we don't even know. We don't know the behind the scenes shit that he probably had. That he probably did. He probably did some unethical shit. I'm going to be honest with you.
Maybe
he probably. Come on now.
I don't know. Warren Buffett been investing since he was 17.
No, I feel you. I feel you. But what I'm saying is that doesn't mean if you've been investing 17, that means you probably have heard some things, you've been around some people, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third, and you probably have made some moves.
But I'm saying is through equities, bonds, real estate, probably not. But through equities and bonds, you can build $1 billion portfolio if you got 14 million shares of Apple at 3 cents. Like, it's possible. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's and that's not even say that he, like, I'm saying that's the only category. He's the only one you can even bring in an argument to me to say that he got there ethically. You know what I'm saying? Or morally.
Microsoft invented a PC for people to use in their homes. You know what I'm saying? That to me is a huge. That's a new age in technology. You were able to bring the technology to people's homes, so I can understand.
I mean, the value that they brought to people's lives. Don't get me wrong.
I can understand how that can get you $1 billion.
I'm saying also monopoly too, because, well, fuck it, that's another conversation. Conversation for another day. All right, last topic, because we didn't talk for a whole hour now, but it's kind of over this. So, and this was gonna be our final topic anyway. So let's go ahead. Let's run this this last video here, and we'll come back and we'll discuss it.
I knew I had to stop listening to people from my generation when I became a homeowner. I remember after I closed, I would constantly get into these debates with my millennial friends who'll be like, oh, so you could take that house and you could flip it and then you could make passive income and then you could be a millionaire by the time you 30 and build an empire. You could build an empire. I'm talking about I'm talking about generational wealth. And I always remember the shock and disgust on their faces when I was like, actually, I'm not interested in renting out this home to anyone else. This home is for my family. This home is for my daughter. I specifically only ever embarked on this journey for the family I wanted to create. Boy, you would have thought I'd said that I just took $300,000 and just throwing it out the window on the 85 southbound. These folks are so obsessed with like this idea of building an empire. I'm so tired of hearing that from millennials. Building an empire, that y'all don't care about the quality of life or the fact that not everybody's buying into that. My idea is having a healthy household for my daughter and whatever other future children I may have. My idea of generational wealth is having a house with a big backyard that she knows is her safe space. My idea of generational wealth is having family reunions and holiday dinners at my place, regular game nights. My idea is creating a life that is so filled with love and laughter and love and laughter that I'm not replicating the same toxic cycles that I had coming up. That's my idea of generational wealth. But when you say that, unfortunately, to the generation of hustlers, you sound dumb. You sound almost naive. They say that, very, very much oh, you're not thinking ahead. I am very much thinking ahead, sir. I'm not interested in becoming a real estate mogul. You understand what I'm saying? I want to have a house that I can have Thanksgiving dinner or Friday night game nights or sleepovers or a really nice birthday party in the backyard. You know what I mean? Hire the local family that be selling jumpers to come set up in the backyard. That's what I want. That's the only thing I want. And I'm not interested in anything else, and that's totally fine.
Okay. It's funny, we were talking during the whatchamacallit video there. You brought up how you're not against niggas wanting to build an empire. That isn't the problem that I have with generational wealth. My problem that I personally have is that the conversations around generational wealth have oftentimes only been about hustling until you make it. And to me, that's a very dangerous place to have a conversation because, one, it only limits your focus to absolutely doing everything that you possibly fucking can to obtain wealth. And then on top of that, the thing about it is personally, well, matter of fact, before I go forward, let's take it back here. Thankfully, this isn't that much of a topic, or at least not in terms of how heavily it was debated and a topic during this 4-year stretch from 2018 to 2022. It had started really before the pandemic, but then during the pandemic up until 2023, for 4 years, you either had a homie, a black especially in the black community, a black coworker, somebody that every time you seen them, that was quite literally the only thing that was ever discussed. You know what I'm saying? And in terms of the generational wealth, I'm going to focus that to more hustle culture, which is just literally working yourself to the bone in order to try to obtain this elusive thing, which is known as generational wealth. And my problem has always been is that, especially now that I've learned, because during 2018, I didn't really know much about finance or economics. Now that I've learned more, I can confidently say that 99.99% of the niggas who had a camera in front of them who was talking to you about it didn't even know what they was talking about. Just what she's explaining doesn't make sense. First off, most people who buy a home barely make enough to afford that home. So now you gonna You gonna rent that home out, go get another property, start renting those out, right? Now you're over leveraging yourself. So now you're hoping that the person who you have in the house can pay the rent. Well, what happens if they can't pay the rent?
They can't pay it.
You get what I'm saying? First off, what bank is about to give you another loan? You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't never heard of like debt to income ratio? But anyway, I don't want to nitpick and like dissect everything she said. But my thing is here is she took it in a different direction. I know we talked about this before, but I want to dwell into what she talked about is that you can create generational wealth through knowledge. If you start your child at 16 understanding about investing, putting them on your credit card so that way when they turn 18, they already got a good credit score. It's so many different variables and entities you can take to create generational wealth. And probably arguably the one thing that gets overlooked the most is if you fill your child with love, you already creating generational wealth. It's so many people out here who ain't made it. And I don't want to crutch people, but like it's an absolute fact and something that needs to get stated. It's so many people out here from broken homes who never really got the opportunity to see a different version of the life they could have had because of the fact that like, yo, they feel like their parents abandoned them. And to me, personally speaking, is I get it. If you there in the house, cool, but your children can also grow up to resent you and not really care about money because like you spent your entire life chasing it and you did all of that to give them a certain lifestyle and them niggas don't even fucking like it. You know what I'm saying? And so like now you find yourself in a situation where your children may resent you and money and that particular lifestyle because they seen what it did to their life as they was growing up. And that's the only thing that their parents cared about. And so it's a very fine balance to be able to have that drive and be able to explain it to your children when your children want you at their fucking basketball game, when they want you at their soccer game, at their football game to see them cheerlead. Like, and here you is working yourself to death, and I get it, I understand. And if that's your dream, cool. I appreciate all that. A nigga gotta have a dream, a nigga gotta have a purpose. But at the same time, if you abandon your responsibilities in the effort to try to catch this elusive thing of generational wealth, you may be damaging your children in ways that you don't understand. And so again, if you do all of this right and you lose the home and you lose the lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, from over leveraging yourself, it's so many things that like can go wrong. And what I'm saying here is if you smart, cool, do what you do. But I'm saying is this pursuit of generational wealth, you know what I'm saying, at no ends is not the way in which we talk about it isn't the only way to master that shit. It's plenty of ways to get there, and it doesn't have to be quite literally working yourself to the bone. If your definition of generational wealth is, hey, I'm gonna hand my children or family, you know, whoever, you know what I'm saying, an empire one day, and they're gonna be able to manage that, then that's cool. But y'all got to quit having that same conversation when you go to somebody and you had a conversation with them. Oh, no, that ain't my dream. Oh, okay, well, what is your dream? What do you want to see generational? If you truly know what you're talking about, you're trying to educate somebody, okay, cool. Educate them on the level that they at. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody like her tells you, bro, I ain't about that. Okay, well, let me ask you this. Do you know why you should be? Are you investing? Do you know why you should be investing? Because you ain't got to build an empire, but you need to be investing. And then you can educate, because I've always been big on the why, the purpose. And that was my problem, right? Like when people would come and talk to me about it, nobody could ever explain to me the why. So for years, I ain't give a fuck about investing because nobody explained to me why. I don't even think them niggas knew. You know what I'm saying? They knew they should be investing, but them niggas ain't really know why they should be investing. Now, when I go and I talk to people, I talk to friends and family, I explain to them the why. And whatever they decide to do after that, hey, that's up to them. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't gave these niggas the why. I didn't gave these niggas the game. Cool. And I appreciate so many people in the community even wanting to see black people come up and wanting to like champion this generational wealth thing. But some of y'all have made the conversation so hard to have because of the direction and the only vision y'all have for that shit that like y'all turn people off. And I'm just saying, don't stop talking about generational wealth, but change your tune. Understand, taper that shit to who you're talking to. If you standing in front of an 18-year-old who got the whole world in front of him, okay, cool. Give him that drive that like you have currently. But if you're talking to somebody, a single mom who's got a daughter or maybe 2 kids and just bought her first home, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, like going to go get another house and then renting the one out that she currently in? Like, dog, hey, fix that shit. Like, you know about S&P 500? Do you know about IRA? Do you know about mutual? Look, I can go on for days. The point is here, I ain't telling niggas to stop the conversation. I'm telling y'all to adjust it and fine tune it to your audience so that way you can have a bigger impact on the community and the people rather than just being a nigga yelling about generational wealth.
All right. So I agree a lot with what Raph said. What I would add to that is, and I'll use my personal experience. As you guys know, for the people who are day ones, been following the pod, I have a house, and it's now a rental property, which is a headache, dog. I'm about to spend $1,800 on the AC cleaning. Anyways, it's now a rental property, but the reality of the situation is that I didn't over leverage myself to go find a new place where I'm spending, where I'm paying either rent or I'm paying an absorbent amount of money like a mortgage. I don't have another property where I'm living at. I moved in with my parents, so it afforded me the ability to take away the risk of, hey, if my renters decide to just get up and dip, like, hey, I make enough money right now that I'm able to absorb that mortgage payment every month immediately.
Yeah.
Now, would it be, something that I'm negatively affected by? Yes, but as of right now, I don't have to worry about that mortgage payment because my renters are paying that plus a little bit extra on the side. Now, what I will say is this, is that similar to what you said, I do not have conversations with people about like giving rental properties and because the reality is that my situation of how I'm doing it is not the way that most people could do that. You know what I'm saying?
95% of people could.
People do not have a safe haven or a safety net to be able to go back home while they're able to put their property that's in their name and have it up for rent. Like, people can't do that. And I'm aware of that situation. So there's no way that I'll be able to tell somebody, hey, you could do da-da-da-da, and you're, think about your future kingdom. They're like, stop all that. The one thing I always tell people about when it comes to investing is that I always have the conversation about IRAs, HSAs. And similar to what you said, I think it's very important because those are tangible things that I don't care where you are in your income level, unless you're just not brokety broke, and respect to people who are, you know what I'm saying? Please, you know what I'm saying? I hope you continue to make it. But if if you're able to let people understand, like, hey, instead of having a savings account, you can have this savings account, and it will also be your retirement account. And yes, you can pull from it in case of an emergency. You will be penalized for it, but also understand that, like, hey, if you really treat it and you're disciplined in this, by the time you retire, you may be able to sit on 7 figures. You know what I'm saying? If not, maybe closer to like multi 7 figures, $2-3 million type of thing, which when you retire, that means that for the rest of your life, you're good. That to me is a great way to start. And usually when people are disciplined in that area, your mind starts to beget more things that they can probably start investing and doing, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And then you can start having those conversations. But there's no way you're going to start having conversations about hundreds of thousands of dollars of things like property,
bro,
when somebody doesn't even have an IRA or an HSA, don't even have certain tangible things, like she has a kid.
What are you talking about?
There's something called, I think it's an N95 or something like that. She has a kid. She can start a college fund right now for her child, so by the time her child goes to college, she doesn't have to be worrying about pulling that money for college and paying taxes on that. It'd be tax-free. So things like that are ways that you can start understand the person at your audience and try to provide a message for them at a beginner level stage. You know what I'm saying? Instead of this whole like, hey, go hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt and risk it, so now you can have, build a future later on for this empire. Like, she don't give, like she said, respectfully, she don't give a fuck about no empire. You know what I'm saying? She just wants to wake up and feel safe and have a place where she can, you know what I'm saying, maybe have guests and be comfortable within her home. That's all she wants. You know what I'm saying? And respectfully, that's kind of what you would want probably in your woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, the burden which you're trying to put on her is not really, in respect to women, is not really probably something that she really care about. She wants to be maternal. She wants to be there for her children. And she wants to have, you know what I'm saying, that kind of relationship. Whereas probably the dude that's talking to her is a fella, my guy, we think completely different. We're always thinking about the empire and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Which we should. So I will also say, though, maybe because I do work myself to death, and I did just say earlier how I need to take 1 week out of a quarter off, and I plan on doing that come 2025. In God's graces, amen. But I will say that, like, I am going through a period in which I'm going to, like, put in a lot of work, you know what I'm saying, for the next probably 10 to 12 years. But I'm hoping by the time I'm 45, not hoping because it's going to happen regardless, I'm going to do a hard stop on my 46th birthday. Like, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm done. Whatever Whatever I'm doing at that time, doesn't matter what it is. I could be so close to $1 billion. I'm done. Now, I'm taking a huge step back. I'm not doing day-to-day shit no more. I'm going to retire. You know what I'm saying? Because that means I only have about 20 more years of tangible life left, and I'm going to live the fuck out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I think I do agree with her on a lot of it, but I will also say, you know what I'm saying, I think she also needs to maybe understand that, like, fellas, maybe we have a communication problem. We're not able to articulate ourselves very well. But fellas, like, dog, we might need to just take a little chill pill, relax, understand that the person that we're talking to maybe does not have the extreme interest that she may have, especially if that's not something that they actively do. Because before you started speaking all that information, you were probably having to start from the ground level, and there's no way you can start somebody at level 10 if they don't even know what level 1 work is. So,
and to that point it's also, people can tell when you don't know what the fuck you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just randomly be like, oh yeah, you just take that property, go get another house.
It's not that easy.
Like,
it's not that easy.
Yeah, so
you see these little videos on like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, and it's like they can explain it all in 5 minutes. Y'all, if y'all don't stop that,
bro, I swear to God, bro, it's like the fuck is y'all talking about? So it's like I'm telling you, that 4-year stretch, bro, it was quite literally annoying seeing a nigga. Like, you come into work and be like, I don't even want to talk to this nigga, man. Yeah. Like, bro, hey, yo, I ain't trying to hear what you talking about today, all right, man? Be like, all right, man, but I'm trying to tell you, you know what I'm saying? You get up on this, you can start, hey, miss me with all that, man. But the point around is to be truthful. I don't even want to stop the conversation. When I get with friends, when I get with family, I want to be able to have conversation about money and finances, shit that we're all looking into, things that we don't know about. Nigga done heard about some shit. A homie just told me the other day that about this shit called Masterworks, where like you can like now invest in little portions of art, and when the art house sell it, like you automatically get the proceeds from that shit.
I did not know that.
So yeah, so like, and you know, I was starting looking at that shit. Like, conversations around wealth and building wealth are important, right? Like, there was a time period where like I wouldn't have been trying to hear that shit, but like I understand now, right? And again, everybody alarm clock come on at different times, but it's a lot of niggas who out here having really ignorant conversations that fucked and turn people off to it, and that's the problem. And so like, if my goal is anything, it's to bring those conversations back, but to have them in a healthy discussion in a manner that helps facilitate growth and development, and to understand like where you trying to go in life. Like, where are you trying to go? Well, here's what you need to look into if you're trying to go that route. Dip your toe in, see if you like it. All markets are volatile. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have ups and downs. You just gotta stay prepared. Keep it 10 toes down. All these type of things. But the conversations that we
try to convince somebody to leverage 6 figures, bro, nigga, it's crazy work. Especially if that's not something that they don't even do. Do you know how hard it is to try to convince somebody to do a couple of $100?
Nah, man.
To put a couple of $100 into the market.
Grant Cardone told him to do that shit. So like, it's
to
easy.
Put a couple of hundred. To convince. I got homies who will spend $800 on a section and bottle service, and I'm trying to convince them like, hey, yo, take $100, take $100 and just put it into like S&P, and just let it chill for like 3 months, and just see if your 100 go to like 103, because that to me will be that's pretty good.
And now slow. It's too slow.
Pretty good.
It's too slow.
You know what I'm saying? See if you get it to 103. Now trust me, like, hey, yo, you just saw that, right? Now imagine if that 100 was 1,000 or like 10,000. Or like 100,000. You know what I'm saying? So imagine if we could just slowly work it right now. Maybe in like 10 years, you can get to like 6 figures. Now you got 100,000. 100,000 is making you $3,000. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And give it like 10 more years, maybe you have about 250. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta like relax, dog. You can't be it's all hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It's all about the conversations you have, man. And so like, even if you watch this and that's still your goal, I'm not telling you not to try to uplift the community and get people to see that investing in trying to build wealth is the only way we gonna be able to take care of ourselves. But that conversation has to be tailored. It has to be rooted in common sense and not just about hustling till you die just so you can try to obtain something that like, yo, a lot of times niggas done got lucky, man. Honestly, to become a billionaire, a lot of times it's luck, right? Like you have to find your way into a certain niche early, and you know, you have to have a vision as well.
But most billionaires risked a lot.
Risked
a lot. And bro, they could have lost everything or they could have made a lot. And sometimes, dog, don't just think that billionaires you know what I'm saying, just are the most disciplined individuals, this, that, and the third.
It's a lot of niggas that done lost their wealth.
So, come on, man.
listen, there's a lot of niggas that can make money but don't know how to keep it. Point all this before we get up out of here is hey, listen, goal, we talked about this before. Every goal you have in life is about making tangible, small steps and that become giant leaps one day, right? And so no matter what conversation you have, no matter where you're trying to go in life, invest in you, invest in your future, you know what I'm saying? Stop looking at momentary moments, you know what I'm saying? Take a hard pause and say, yo, do I need to do this? What else should I be doing to get to where I'm trying to go? Spend 10 years doing that. And you'll find that like in 10 years, you will have like mastered yourself and grown in ways that you can't possibly think.
I love what he just said. 10 years.
But like trying to have these conversations and just thinking that like, yo, you're gonna go from 0 to 100, then that's likely not to happen. So if you have realistic expectations, realistic goals, you're probably gonna find yourself somewhere in 10 years exactly where you want to be. So with all that being said, man, if you made it this far, man, we can't tell you how much we appreciate it. 17 episodes in, man, and honestly, this has been one of our better seasons as far as topics. We only gonna bring better topics and deeper conversations, you know what I'm saying? But happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, but also make sure you like,
comment,
and subscribe. And as always, till next time, we out.